I think all of you have done the activity. What about activity? I think you can unmute. It's not like your regular classes. Whenever if you have any, like if I'm asking anything, you can unmute and you can tell. Activity, have you checked the particular website which I have given? Starting Amulya B, Amulya, Bhumika. Whether you have checked anything with respect to the given activity? Hello? Whether I'm audible, students? Whether I am audible? Okay. So then, if no reply for the first question means you might have not checked any of those activity, I think. Okay, if doesn't matter. So I know you will be having classes and all. So in that time, you are giving time for attending session or session also. So I'll be giving a demo. Just I will be showing a brief introduction about how to use that particular site. And today's session, I think I can start. I think 441, 32 members have joined. So the content of today's presentation will be like very not formal content. So today episode 2 we are doing on 7th May 2020 cyber security. So I have given some tasks like whether any of your account has been compromised. So yeah, the meaning of pond means, so whether, for example, if you may be having your Gmail account or you may be having your GSS account, so that particular email ID will be linked to n number of account. Like for example, if I go for my Gmail, I'm having ResearchGate account, I'm having Google Scholar account, I'm having LinkedIn, I'm having some other research this thing. I have linked that one to my HP Gas. I have linked that one to my some of the research profiles. So like this, you will be linking your account through n number of your other links or other repository for getting access of that particular particular application or particular data. So now our main concern is when you are doing so, so we should be little bit careful whenever we are doing any, we are linking our Gmail account to any of other account. So we should be very careful. We should trust that particular site and then we have to link into that particular account. Since if you just log in any of your site through Gmail means, so it will take your username, it will take your profile photo, it will take your email ID. So that is the options that they will be getting. Excuse me. So one simple example is, so you might have heard, you might have used Zoom option, right? So Zoom, as a being a guest, that is being a student, you have not used much of the features. So when coming to faculty side, being a host, so when I just go for using any of my Zoom account, so first thing what it will ask is to create an account. For a user, that is for a participant or a student, it will not ask for any account creation. You can directly join with the meeting ID and meeting password. But when coming to my user, that is if I want to host me, so I should create a online account in my Zoom. So for example, Zoom, what and all details it will ask is, so just I will open Zoom application. Oh no, Zoom is it is taking auto updation. Okay, you can see here join meeting or sign in option is available. So join meeting is what you people is going to use. So if I want to use any particular like option like hosting any meeting, so then I have to go for click on sign in option. So if I click on sign in option, what and all information that particular Zoom can fetch from our details. So you can see here. So sign in means it will ask whether sign in with your Gmail account or Facebook account. So now what the threat that using Zoom, what and all we are talking till now is about if Zoom is not secure or Zoom particular application is hacked means, for example, if I am signing with my Gmail account, So you can see I have just clicked on and I am signing with my GSSS account. So this particular account. And here we are allowing some particular permission. So if I click this one, you can see choose an account, Zoom. I have given GSSS this thing. So, and it has been launched in my GSSS mail only. Using GSSS account, I am giving permission for Zoom to use some basic features. So you can see here, to continue, Google will share your name, email address, language preference, profile picture with Zoom. So now, what is the threat in Zoom? Means if anyone hack your Zoom or Zoom is included in your data breach, means by default, your email, your username, your profile picture, and your language preference will be shared to the Zoom application. So this is what we talked about last class. That is Yahoo data breach. Whenever there is a data breach in Yahoo or any other application, this is what the basic information we are going to fetch. And you have to remember that that basic information has been given to particular application with our permission only. So that is, we have given permission for a Zoom. We are given a permission for Zoom indirectly from our Gmail to take our profile picture, to take our Gmail, and to take our username. So this is the basic information. If anything goes wrong, so we are going to lose all this information. So that is one particular part of a threat. And coming to what is the type of attack that they can do fetching this information. So this was my question. So in last class also I told. So that is our today's agenda was like what will do being a individual. So what they can do if any hacker, if they do data breach, for example, LinkedIn has been breached in 2016. So what they did using that one. So that is one point. So that is what hackers will do and how exactly it will affect the normal people like us. And previously, previous session, I got one message from one of your friends stating that, sir, I checked that this particular website, I have been pawned and I found that some of my account has been compromised. So now what to do? I am worried. All my bank details in my Gmail. What happens if anything goes wrong? Like that and all, she was worried. So for that, one solution I told is, so since what and all information she was knowing is very basic information. And till now, what and all info, if someone has checked for this one, I have been pawned. So you might have like shocked, like some of your account which you have not used also, it will show there. Anyone has checked this one? I have been pawned. Anyone at least out of this 42? So Nikita KM. So whether your account was compromised? Do you able to find any of the what messages with your this thing? Yes. No. So then any account was found compromised. So out of this 42, any student you found that your account has been compromised? Any such examples? So if no example means okay, it's good. Till now your Gmail account, what and all account you are using, it is secure account only. So now I will show my example only. So since many of you have not might have not checked the this examples, I think. So I will just show. I think I have bookmarked. I'm having a cyber security. Other bookmark cyber security. I have been pawned. So this is the website. If you go this one, so this is basically what it will give me. It is a database and it will find out whether any of your account has been involved in the data breaches. So simply I will be just giving my email ID. So manjuprasad32@gmail.com. This is my email ID. I will check whether any of my account has been associated. Means it is not like exactly what Gmail account is breached. It is nothing but where and all you have linked your Gmail account, like Zoom, like LinkedIn or Facebook. That particular option it will show. It is not like directly your Gmail has been compromised. So you have to understand and don't be afraid that thinking that okay, my Gmail is hacked. So it is not like that. Your Gmail is not hacked. but the account associated with Gmail has been involved in some data breaches. So you can see for my email ID, it is showing that it is pawned. So that is, my Gmail account has been included in 8 data breach site. So that is one of 8 of my account where I have linked my Gmail has been involved in the data breaches like Yahoo, eBay, LinkedIn and all. And it is also showing that it is found that zero paste. So if you have this pawn means the particular account has been breached. For example, let us see what are those 8 accounts. So you can scroll down. You can see here, this is Chigg one application where you can check for some free textbooks or free notes or free solution for the textbook manual and all. So the website is like Chigg. It is for academicians, they have given this particular website. So, but when I'm using this particular website, I have signed into this particular website using my Gmail account. But in 2018, this particular website, the entire Chigg website has been hacked, and hackers have stolen all my information like name, email ID, and my profile picture. So that was it's going to tell. So you can see here, compromised data, email address, names, passwords, and usernames. So here you have to remember, password is not your Gmail password. Password is for your Chigg account. What and all you are having Chigg account. For this, you have hacked, and the hackers have stole all these details. So now using this one, hackers what can do is they can just join log into Chigg using my email address and my password. So that is what the thing they can do. And coming to one more, so you're having collection one and some other. So even I don't know what is this collection one and data enrichment. So this is maybe I will come to this point next. So next, Dropbox. So in 2012 there was a data breach for Dropbox account. So now Dropbox, I think it is associated with your Gmail, I think. So to share your maximum size of files, you are going to have a Dropbox where you can dump the files, and within a link you can just share like your Google Drive. Since now Google Drive is there, there's no much demand for Dropbox. So earlier I was using Dropbox. So in 2012, Dropbox was breached, and they have stolen email address and password. And similar to Dumpsmash, I think you might have heard about Dumpsmash. So in 4 years or 5 years back, it was like your TikTok. So like TikTok, you added Dumpsmash this thing, but I have never used this Dumpsmash also. But it is showing that my account has been compromised with Dumpsmash. So I will come to this, how exactly it is coming. So next you can see LinkedIn. So since my profile is in LinkedIn, so in 2016, officially they declared that, so your LinkedIn profile has been hacked, but that was originally hacked in 2012 only. So in 2012, but they came to know after 4 years, there was a continuous attack. So in this one also, my account has been compromised. So that is my email address and my password. And I'm having one more, MDPI. This is one research profile where I can access the open source publication. For my PhD purpose, I did this thing where that has been also hacked. So now this and all, this thing, information, that particular thing you can find in your I have been pawned option. So that is 8. You have been pawned on 8 breach site, means around 8 of my account linked with Gmail has been data breach. Coming to no paste means, so we should be no paste is, there is a one website here. I think if you click here, yes, you can see here. What is paste? There is one website called this one. What is a paste? Why it is included on this site? There is one particular website. I will share that. I think it is Pastebin. So what the Pastebin will do is, what and all hackers is going to steal your data, they are going to just dump that one in a Pastebin, so that they will leak all your username and password, and they will make it public, and they will make your account more insecure for the accessing of any other user. So they will just keep on sharing that one in the paste bin, and they will make others to use that particular uh, your particular email address or password. So this is what the I have been pond is going to tell. It is a particular database, and you can see what and all list it is having. So it is having 443 websites, and it's having nearly this much account. Means it will maintain a repository of what and all account has been breached from my actual data breach concept. So now this is just to give information about my Gmail account. So now what exactly it will affect, what hacker will do, that is the concept what we are going to discuss in today's agenda. Before that, so I told that I have been not used dump match. So this I have not created any login, I told, and this exploit also I told I have not created any login. But the problem is how exactly this will be done is, now if you go for your mobile browser, by default you will be signed in with your Gmail account. So you might have observed many times if I send any Google form, if it is sign in means it will directly auto sign in. It will directly take auto sign in option. Means some account, some whenever site you are using, by default you will be signed into some account, means that information will be fetched automatically. So one simple example if you want to see means, now you can see this is my Gmail account, GTBLS account. I will be opening this particular account, and what I will do, I am just browsing this I have been pond information, and I will browse some other thing. For example, I may search some research articles. So I'll be keep on checking this one. So in this one, when checking this option, if I click any particular link, so this one at back end, it may take over some of the user information like through which ID I have joined. So that is my username and my Gmail ID. So some website are like that where it will be collecting the user information. So that because of that, so you may be ending up with the things like this, where even though if you are not actually used this one, but sometimes you might have opened some videos, or you might have opened some link which has been shared in WhatsApp, or which has been shared in your email, or by accidentally you might have clicked some link without knowing. So all these things, if you are logged into your Gmail, so then it will be a more threat related, that is vulnerable for any taking any particular information. So that's why whenever you are going to search some particular thing, so preferably, so you can do that searching without logging to your any of your personal email IDs. For some, it will ask for the Gmail ID. So you have to check for that particular site, whether it is trusted, then you can give access, or else no need to give access. You can search what privately without logging into any of the Gmail. So that is how you are going to get this particular concept. And now we'll actually go into, now I will take my LinkedIn example. So LinkedIn as data breach, it has resulted in my email address and password was stolen. And what was the attack that was done is, I got a mail. I think now also I will be getting usually, but currently I will be not keeping the spam. I will be deleting every day or 2 days, 3 days once. I will be deleting my spam. So I am not able to show that one. Next time if I get that particular mail, I will share with that one. So now I have taken the sample of that one. So the mail will be like this. In subject only, so you will be having like, I know your password is this one. So for my LinkedIn, so in 2012, my LinkedIn password was linkmp at 1988. Like that, I gave something. And I know, okay, that is my password. But once, for the first time when I got a mail, which was a spam mail, the subject was, I know your password is linkmp at 1988. So looking into the subject only, I got shocked. How exactly the particular sender has able to identify my LinkedIn password. So then looking into that subject content, what I did is I just checked into the mail, spam mail. So I just clicked on the spam mail and found out what exactly this one. So and the message was like something like this. So you can, if you're not able to see, you can just zoom that one. since I wanted entire what Gmail picture I wanted to take, so I have not cropped this information. So even though if you search in Google also, you will get same mail, n number of mails copy you will get like this. There you can see there is no identity of any user. So they don't want to give any identity. But even I also got this mail, and recently on 2 months back also I have received the same mail. I know your password is link mp32, but I have changed my password. But there is a logic how hacker is going to what attack on the users. So now just I will be reading out this message. So the message stating is, we have installed one RAT software into your device. RAT stands for random thought, I think forgot, remote access Trojan. So RAT is remote access Trojan virus. So virus, you know what exactly it will do? It will just take away all of your information. But they are telling they have installed RAT. RAT means remote access Trojan. Means they have installed one particular software. With particular software, they have taken complete control on your laptop. You can see this. Next line. For this moment, your email account is active. I know your password of this account. Next, so they are telling they are first creating fairness on the user. Next, what they are doing, change your password. It is asking like, okay, you may change your password, but my software recognize every such action and it will be updated to me automatically. So seeing this mail, so if the people will be having no information, or who is having very limited information about any cyber crimes or cyber attack, means definitely they will be in the trap of this particular email. So since last class only I told, since we are doing in cyber security, some of the concept, like some of you may feel like, okay, after looking into this, you may get afraid. What happens if my account is, if I'm getting messages like this, or so you'll be in some this thing confusion. So to avoid that confusion only, so this session I thought to give just basic information so that nothing to afraid, but there is a need of taking precautionary measures. Then after that, what is telling? It is telling, so I have downloaded all your confidential information from the system, and I have got some more evidence, and I have found some interesting facts and records from your system. So all this thing they are telling, and they're also telling that. So I have posted one Eternal Blue exploit modification. This is one virus, particular virus name. They're telling that this one in one particular site where you have visited and you have got that particular application downloaded, and that RAT software, remote access Trojan, is installed into computer. What and all update you are going to do, I will get the update. So that is what the message here. And finally, in the red box you can see here, for the moment, the software has harvested all your contact information from the social networks and email address. So if you need to erase all of your collected data, send me $600 in Bitcoin, that is cryptocurrency, to my this particular Bitcoin wallet. So that one you have 48 hours after reading this letter. So like this, they are going to tell the particular email within 48 hours you have to send. And for me, there was one extra statement also. The statement is like, you cannot tell that the message has been not read. So there he has mentioned that. So now you have opened this message. So by this, I can find that whether you have read your message or not also. That one also I can find out. So I can confirm that you have read the message and you have not transferred me so much amount of Bitcoin. So if it is not done within this particular time, so I am going to release all your information through your known contact, known email address, and known social networking site. So this is what the mail they are going to send. So now, if I think most of you have not experienced this much, I think, since you might have using your Gmail account very recently, maybe after BE or just on 6 years back. but I am using this thing nearly 14 years back. I am using all this Gmail account. So now, what will be the response from your side? Can anyone tell what you are going to do? Looking into this mail, can anyone unmute this one? Now assume that you have got a mail like this. So what will be your response? You can just message or you can unmute and you can tell. It is not like your regular classes also. So there should be some interaction. So if it is like regular classes means like how and all you are going to miss some particular concept. Here also you are going to miss some particular concept. If you don't ask any question or if you don't tell your opinion. So you will be getting a good option to share your opinion. So it is not like only I am going to teach. So I think you have seen my agenda. You have to share your opinion, or if you have to share some particular information with others, so that we can learn more things rather than only one person shouting and all 30-40 members listening means. So there will be no much this thing. We'll Google the consequence and then ask with some experienced people. Okay, good. So one this thing, we need to reach cyber security police. Good. Will report as a spam. Good. Okay, at least 3 have been replied. Okay, now this was your reply. So you told that you are going to report to the cyber security, you are going to report that one as a spam, and you are going to report that one into the some Google. You are going to find out what is the consequence. So your first thing, so I ignore it. Ignore it also a good solution. All are giving, all are like good solution only you are giving. One thing is ignore it. So that is like if you are marked as a spam, that is the best way, ignore it. But if you ignore, what about this rat? They're telling that rat software has been installed and it is sending all the updates remotely. And they're telling that after 48 hours, if you are not giving any information, I am going to share all your details to the contact. So if that is the case, so what is the effect on individual? So here for this one, I am giving my example of LinkedIn. So here the main thing, what was the attack they are doing is they are not doing a rat attack. It is not really an remote access Trojan attack, but it's a attack on emotional emotional factor of the individuals, and it is a email scam. So you are having an option. So it is a email scam option. You can directly ignore this option. First of all, you can directly ignore this one, or else you can find the Google like what may be the any features of this thing. But whenever you are getting any this particular mail, so I think if possible I will share my this thing only next time when I get. So they will be mentioning your password also in mail. So I told for me they have mentioned my password in subject only, that is this is your password link mp32, and they are telling that entire your computer information is with our remote system. But the actual logic is there is no rat attack, there is no any particular remote gaining attack. The only attack is nothing but the data breach they have done for my LinkedIn attack. So this one, after going for cybersecurity course, that is in last 2 weeks back, I told no, there is a cybersecurity course. So after undergoing that course, I got to know this one. So till 3 years, I was just ignoring that particular message, and I was not knowing the actual context. How exactly he has got my LinkedIn password? And I was like, so if that is the case, he might have got other password also. Since I don't have any critical information, I just ignored. But if there is any critical information which is not to be shared publicly, means definitely that particular people will be trapped. Once if you start replying or once you start doing any communication with that such email means definitely you will be trapped. So first thing is you can ignore, or else if you are like if the issue is bit serious, you can report to the cyber security. But so for my case, it was like I came to know recently that in 2016 LinkedIn account has been hacked. So because of that, he has taken the password of only my LinkedIn account. But when he is drafting a mail, what he is going to tell is he will not tell that my LinkedIn, only LinkedIn password has been taken. So he will do emotional this thing. He is going for doing a blackmail attack. He is going to tell, I know one of your password is LinkedIn and I know other password also. And he will not mention that password is for LinkedIn only. So we will just give the password. He will tell I am having the complete information, but actually he will be not having any information other than my email and password of my breached website. That is my LinkedIn, Dropbox or Dumpsmatch. So you'll be having only username and password of this particular account, not any access to my computer and not any access to my Gmail. So one thing is you have to ignore, and the next precautionary measures what you have to do is change the password of the compromised account. So for example, for my case, he told like, I know one of your password is link MP at 1988. So I remember that, okay, it is my password of LinkedIn. So what I should do, I should immediately change my password of the LinkedIn. So that one, immediately change the password of LinkedIn. And if you have any confidential information in any site, you have to just give some dummy details or never give too much information for any particular site. So now Gmail, okay, we have given all the information, but if you're linking Gmail to any other this thing, unless it is mandatory and you trust that particular application, you no need to give the detailed information. In some particular option, they will be not mentioning it is mandatory, but even though we will fill that one. So that and all we have to reduce. And one more thing, what we can do is we can always browse to the only HTTPS accounts. So HTTPS account means, so if you go for any browser, now latest browsers and all, if you go, so all the browsers, it will be showing HTTPS. I think if I copy this, I copied one link. So you can find here the link what I have copied is HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It was the earlier, before 2 years back, it was only HTTP. So now it is HTTPS, it is a secure. Yes indicates that secure, they're having advanced secure options. So you have to always refer for this one. And whenever you are doing any particular if you are having any mission critical, that is critical information means you have to go for firewall, setting up your own firewall. So this also we'll discuss how to set up our own firewall and virtual private network. In coming days, we are also going to set up our own private network where accessing for that particular private network will be more secure, and no free Wi-Fi. In most of the case, if you use free Wi-Fi for your any banking application or this thing means definitely there will be a trap. So if you are giving free Wi-Fi means, so they will be collecting some user information. So that will be a threat for our particular application. So one this thing is, you can see some examples here, just a case study. Other threats. This is a free ticket. It is not good for anything. It's just free. Just some. What about free? Nothing is free in this life. We have to pay something always. So now most of the attack, what and all they will be doing is they will be doing the scam like email scam or this thing by sending that you have got a lottery or you have got a so much prize you have got or access your free materials like this. They will be sending some information and they will create an what that free what and all word is their free word. So they will create one craze in the users and users will. So if you are having very critical information, definitely you will be trapped into that particular application. So previously I shared last week I shared one this thing for you people. Udemy, there is a free course. So what we did, so include I am not telling only. First I was the first thing, since it is a free course, I just joined immediately. But later for some they were asking the free code. So I shared the code and you use this particular code. Since it was a free course, everyone has joined. But anyone has think why they are giving free course? Anyone? What is the benefit of giving free course? Whether anything is available, that was nearly, it was costing 820 rupees, 420 rupees and 620 rupees, something is there was a cost. But why they made very the particular course free? Anyone thought about that one? Advertisement technique. Okay, this is one advertisement technique. Other than that, other than advertising techniques, popularity. Okay, this is when you're telling advertisement and popularity, this is acceptable only when you know the particular site or particular certificate course provider. If you are aware of that one, like popular courses means like Udemy, Google, Coursera, and Amity, like this and all are popular courses. So, okay, if it is popular courses, then you can trust that one. But the same thing is being shared with some other site where which is not popular and they are not running their site on HTTPS, everything will be matters. So some sites you can refer. It is not developed in HTTPS mode. So even my operating system. So most of you have tried the study material available in my blog. If you click that one, so now Google will block that one and it will say it is not a trusted site because it is not built in HTTP. It is a oldest site which was done in 2013. So it will give the warning. But why we are proceeding further is we know that it is a operating system, just a textbook, and it is a old site. So we are going to proceed. So main thing is, so we should be very careful whenever we are going to click any particular link, whenever there is a mail stating like this, like blackmail, whenever there is a attachment in the mail, preferably spam mail, if your contact is unknown, you can directly delete the spam mail or there is no need to even open the spam mail. So there is some mail where if you open that particular mail also, definitely there will be some particular link, it will be activated. So like there is some advanced option. So if you just click on any one particular this thing, we may lose some information. So we should be very careful. That's why Gmail's spam is very effective. It will filter all these malicious activities. And even we are going to, in coming days, we are going to build our own messages like spam messages, and we are going to check how to create spam messages. So that also is available. I think last one project we did in a IoT lab where we are able to create a spam messages in the name of Flipkart and one other site. So and Google has been blocked that particular message. So we are going to have all this practical aspect. And coming to one more practical in previous feedback. So one of your friend has told that, sir, teach about how to hack WhatsApp and Facebook. So that is the case. Sorry, I am not going to teach how to hack WhatsApp and Facebook, but we are going to find out what and all vulnerabilities are there in WhatsApp and Facebook. How someone can take your Facebook information or how someone can take your WhatsApp information. That one we are going to learn. So I think I am having a workbook, this thing working example of Facebook and one more account I am having. So just with that link, if I try me, so I can collect your username and password with that one. So like this, we are having some small learning this thing. So preferably we are going in a path of green attacker. So we are not going to tell that we are going to hack any particular system, but we are going to find the vulnerability of the system and we are going to check what exactly can be done or how exactly it can be prevented. Any doubts in this one? So, or else you have any precautionary measures? Have anyone identified whether you can have anything precautionary to prevent this data breach? So the main attack which is possible in data breach is nothing but, so if you found that your account is data breach like this one may just change, like if you are recently if you have done may just update your password, or else you can just if it is old message or this thing means you can ignore, and don't worry about this rat and all. So it will be not actually implemented like this very easily, and all this message what they sending is, it is a automated message. That also one advantage. They are not going to target any individual. It is a automated message. That's why nowhere is going to tell that, it tells any my username or any particular contact details. Nothing will be given. So all this thing message will be common to all the mail what is going to send. So that is, it is a automated mail. From the data breach is going to get the data and is going to send a automatic email. And in fact, there is one website. It is called as, I will be telling the name of that particular website in coming days. If you go to that website, you can find millions, billions of your, means not our this thing, millions and billions of user records which has been stolen, which has been hacked, and there they are going to sell that particular data. I think some of you might have aware of that particular website. Anyone know that website? There is one website particularly for hacker where they're going to sell all the hacked information. And you know what is the price they are going to sell? They are going to sell our information, if they have hacked means, in terms of paisas, not rupees, not thousand, lakhs or billion. All our information will be just shared for 1 or 2 paisas if you go for Indian this thing. So like our if you might have heard, telecom industry are sharing all our mobile number for just 1 paisa. For 1 rupee, they are sharing 1,000 mobiles, 100 mobile numbers, 2,000 mobile numbers. Like this, hackers are going to just share all the hack data in that particular website. And in fact, if you search that particular website in Google, that will not open. The specialty of website is like that. That website is not, it cannot be reached through Google. Means there is some other process, there is some other browser where you can reach that particular this thing. Yes, it is dark web. So and you cannot find this one very easily in Google. The website is dark web or dark site or dark website, like this. It is there. So where you are going to, where hackers is going to share all our information and they're going to sell that particular information. And you might have heard, usually recently there was a claim that hackers have sold millions, billions of records of Zoom at dark world, but don't know how much true it is. And if there is any like attack means, so having your username and password, only they can do scam, but not the attack. There is a difference between your scam and attack. Attack is actually they're attacking that particular any target, they will going to target and they will going to affect them actively. But scam is nothing but like acting on a emotional thing, blackmailing the people. The scam is nothing but they're going to trap the people with some critical message. So if the people are very much afraid, so what they will think, okay, my laptop is having full what critical information, so I may lose the information, so I will be paying the amount. So once if you go for this one, definitely you will be trapped. So for this message, you can ignore and you can just check with that I have been prawned, and you can find out whether any of your account like this and all is there mean, you can delete that account or even you can change the password and you can keep that one. That is one context. And you can see how to avoid the ratting. Ratting, that is remote access Trojan. Now I told it is not actually remote this thing, but what are the precautionary measures we can take? One thing is ensure that you have updated your antivirus software. So you are having antivirus spyware and software is updated, and check whether your firewall is running. Then know if you are having any program downloadable means, don't check that, don't download any particular things, especially exe files or any extension files from untrusted sources. And whenever is possible, fix your security issues for your mobile or your laptop. Next, take care about the links which you are going to click, that is phishing. So this attack I will be giving demonstration how exactly the phishing will be done. So we can have one duplicate account, for that we can try the phishing. And be careful about opening attachment in your emails. And so in fact the rat will even observe your video files. So cover your webcam whenever it is not in use. So there will be like you can disable your webcam in a mobile browser whenever you are browsing. You can restrict that particular option. If you go for Google, that browser setting, Google Chrome, you can disable microphone. You can disable your webcam access, or else you can do that one physically by just placing some clips or something into your mobile webcam, laptop or desktop. Laptop, if you are using means laptop webcam, you can just use that one. So usually I will be using the stickers what you are going to keep for your forehead. So the round stickers will come now. So I'll just place that one into the webcam. So whenever, so if I browsing anything related to hacking information, like if I want to search something in the dark web or any particular suspicious link means, so you should be very careful. And even though don't go for checking any of this dark web, so I'll be giving some instruction. There is one question, what they get from our data. I understand that there will be some benefit by getting the data of some business or some international personality, but why they gain normal people? So benefit of getting data from normal people is they don't have any actual benefit. They cannot use that one for any this thing. There are two possibilities. One possibility is they can just share that one in a dark side. So where they can use for some, if you go for dark side, where some particular like for any advertising or for any purpose, your number or your email ID can be used. Like similar like our this thing, mobile number. If telephone company are sharing our mobile number to others, what is the benefit we may think? But because of that, we may get so many spam calls. We may get so many calls like we are going to give a loan, whether you want a credit card or whether you want your one offer. Like this, they can misuse and they can create a scam for the people. That is the only benefit. There is no direct benefit. They cannot do anything with their with our just email ID, address, and this thing. But they can use that one for what? Putting people into the scam. So they will be simply calling, or they're going to just now assume that your email ID is stored in dark website. So some other hackers or the same hacker may send a mail to all the collected email IDs looking into some particular organization, or based on the recent information, they're going to send an email ID stating that you have won and lottery of rupees so much dollar. So if you want to this, if you want to get this particular information, please share your account number. Only thing is they will going to send one automated message like this. That one will be sent for billions of customer, and the customer who is going to be very much jealous and is going to reply with your account number and all details means definitely that person will be tracked. So that is the what attack they can do, or that is the benefit they can get from our data. So they can just blackmail, or they can just put us into a trap. That's all. They cannot do any direct attack. So we should be very careful whenever we are getting a trap like that. So we should not reply for that one, or we have to report to, if it is serious, we have to report to some particular cyber crime or some other this thing we have to report. So even for my mail also, I will be getting mail. You have won a lottery of so much $1 billion of this thing. So that one, they are going to make use of my data. That is my email data collected from data breach sources. So that is the main thing they can do. They can just blackmail, that's all. But they're not going to, they cannot exploit any active attacks. So you should be very much careful. Active attack and passive attack. Active attack means there will be a direct attack. They can delete your entire operating system of your laptop, or they can delete or corrupt entire your this thing information, like what this thing ransom virus did. Ransom virus was a direct active attack. So they were, what the attack was, they used to encrypt my complete local disk drive. D drive and D drive was completely encrypted, and for decrypting that they are asking the message. That is active attack. But till now, what and all attack we are seeing, that is passive attack. It's just a scam, it is just a blackmail, and it is just a trap on the people. And of course, if they send 1 billion, at least 1000 or 10 at least 1000 people will reply to that particular mail who are not having a sufficient knowledge on cyber security, or who are not what having the sufficient information. They will be dumped into the particular scam message. So some people, they may be very jealous. Yes, okay, oh, I have got $1 billion prize, so nothing to lose by sharing 60,000 or 50,000. What they will do, they will share that information, but using that, misusing that one, what they will do, the hacker may ask again another 50,000, or he may ask more details of bank account number or your CV number or something. He may going to keep on asking. Once if you start replying, definitely we will be in the trap. I think you might have observed many times, even educated peoples have been trapped like this. So one case, what I heard is, so there was a blackmail for one particular, I think principal only, I think some college principal. So they blackmailed that you have won nearly 1 crore of lottery. For this, you have to transfer 50,000. So looking into that message, so that person immediately has shared his account number and transferred 50,000. So now after that, this thing, they got to know that, okay, this person is like this one. Next, they started asking, so okay, now your account has been reached into some particular app. To recover this information, you have to pay again 50,000. So like that, within 2 or 3 particular times, so that particular person has lost nearly 2 to 3 lakhs in jealous, in ambitious of getting 1 crore. So that is what the main thing they are going to do with our data. So, and you also, if you are getting any particular mail like this or this thing, so don't be afraid of that one. So just you can, some mails you can ignore, and some mail, if it is very serious or anything, like if you are directly getting a call like any this thing means, that time it will be a serious. Or else we are should be very careful, like no need to share any of your information, downloading any suspicious link or downloading any particular software. You should be very careful. And in spite, and in fact, you can, you have heard of torrent, I think BitTorrent, where you can download free movies. So that are more vulnerable sites. So hackers will be knowing that people will be coming to this site freely for downloading movie. So freely, if they are giving mail, they are going to give freely the virus also. So nothing is free. Virus also, only virus thing is you can get very freely. Now how we are getting COVID like freely, we are getting with 10 different sources. So like that, you will be getting some information. So this is what the only thing they can do our data. No need to worry about the scam like this. So it is just a passive attack. Any other doubt? And if no doubt means, so for next sessions, I am having some task. So usually, if it is going like theory, it will be not so worth going. We have to learn some practical aspects, and from your side also, we may need some practical this thing exposure. You have to, whenever you are going to have some free time, you have to check these details. So now only some hardly, I think took nearly 1 hour, I think. So just 5 minutes. This is with respect to my mobile, this thing. So all of you might have seen this particular tab in your mobile. There is a this thing option where you can see the data usage of your mobile data, and you can see statistics, which and all application is using your data, whether it might be Wi-Fi data or cellular data. So you can see mobile data, Amazon is using mobile data, Bajaj Finance are using mobile data, Beam, Google Calendar, Bank, Classroom, Coursera, all applications are using mobile data. So, okay, I agree. For this, mobile data is required. Coming to my next this thing, you can see camera is using mobile data, clock is using my mobile data, even compass, what it will show the direction for your what this thing direction, northeast, west direction, it will show. It is going to use your mobile data. And even your Google keyboard, what and all keyboard you have initialized. For example, if you are installed Google in the keyboard, where you will be getting Indian language, that is going to use your mobile data. So this is my data, my mobile. I have disabled some this thing option, but just check this option. in your mobile, check this option. How many application like this: camera, clock, compass, your keyboard, your contact, your cam scanner, and some other application. Why there is a need of data access for a camera, for a clock, or even calculator? You can see calculator also will ask, I need a data access. That is, data is nothing but internet access. What is the need of that one? Can anyone have taught this one, or whether you have looked into your this thing mobile? What and all is going inside your mobile? Anyone else have just identified why was the calculator, camera, or clock application required data access? When we had so much security issues, everyone is telling like, though miss a China app, delete the Chinese app. They are going to give a list of Chinese app to delete. But what about mobile made in China? Made in China. When that whether any means we can. So my mobile is Pro Note 18 EMI. I completed my all my EMI. If one tell it is China mobile, whether I will throw this mobile. If I am giving to the negative aspect, that okay, I am using not you don't afraid of that particular thing. This the particular thing away. So you to that particular part. It is not to features for the people. You the so that you miss in the group. So it is that so will come out with some practical help, and from your also we need some everything you can tell that I cannot guarantee is for thing to learn, and the thing can be done with all what 30-40 members what have joined. If all of you one imagine much concept, so it should be like sharing is taught by regular teaching. So just whenever you are on time, just 5 minutes you can find some particular concept. So that one you can find. I think I've taken nearly 1 hour. So thank you for attending 1 hour. So now you can leave the session, I think. So it have taken data. So now also I'm using mobile and laptop. Data has been done. So I lost connection in my laptop. If any doubt, you can message, and you will be getting one particular quiz format, and I'll be giving the instruction in WhatsApp. So you can leave this thing, since already we have taken time. So remaining details and all, we can have a discussion in WhatsApp if anything is there. Okay, thank you all then.